So what are the implications for all of you that are listening? Well, number one is that English language competence and native language competence are very related. The better the language skills of your students in their native language, the better the second language will be learned. So sometimes we have students that we opt for immersion because we think, well, that's how a baby learns a second language, by being immersed in it. But that may frustrate a student whose native language skills are impaired. Secondly, we know that the evidence right now is that for our middle school students, our secondary students, and even the older students in the elementary grades, learning a second language is done more effectively if the child has direct instruction. And the direct instruction should include auditory training on the perceptual differences so they can hear the sounds and perceive them easily, because that's going to improve their ability to function in the classroom, to listen on demand in a classroom. But it also should include direct teaching of grammar, because it's very hard once you're in a school age to be able to figure out the grammar of the second language. And that can be very confusing when you're in a classroom and a teacher uses something like a passive that may not be used in a native language of someone else. The teacher says, the boy was hit by the girl. The student may be interpreting that in the way their language would be organized grammatically, that the boy hit the girl, not the boy was hit by. So that can lead to confusion. It can lead to frustration for students if they don't have a good understanding of grammar. The third implication that I want you to think about is that this idea that the English language learners are also from homes where parents work non-standard hours, where there are homes of poverty or undue stress. And those students are going to need cognitive interventions. You want to include interventions that improve attention. You want to include interventions that build memory skills for those students, because that will then get them on par with the students that don't have that, if you will, double jeopardy that we've been talking about. And then implications for educators. The fourth consideration is that using two languages is a good thing. So it's a good thing for the brain to go back and forth between the two languages. We talked about Judith Kroll's research, and there's other research that shows that using Spanish at home and using English in the classroom, or using an Asian language at home and using English in the classroom, is actually a very good thing. So we want the students to be able to use both languages, but we do want them obviously to focus on the English language when they're in our classrooms.